Hello guys, and you're welcome. Now when we're working with maps, we can actually set a scope that will provide information on a specific location rather than work on the entire world map. So I've gone ahead and imported Plotly Express as PX and also imported pandas, and I've also imported the alcohol consumption raw data frame. So if we look at our Plotly datasets and click on the 2010 alcohol consumption by country, we can actually go ahead and click on raw. And once I've got that path to the raw file, I went ahead and copied that path and I set that path just like this. So if we go ahead and paste that path, I just made an object and converted this to a string so I can have that same information. So basically it's the same information that's right here. So what I'm going to do next is to just check out the data frame and create a pandas data frame. So I'll just say data frame equals pd dot read underscore CSV, and then we'll just pass in alcohol underscore consumption, which is the object which we created, and we can simply just have a sneak preview of that object and look at the first few rows. So this is great. So what we're going to do next is to create a figure that will hold a reference to our color choropleth map. So I'm just going to say figure, and I'll just zoom in, and let's get rid of the header and toolbar. So I'm just going to say px dot choropleth, and what I'm going to do is just pass in my data frame as the first argument, and let's also pass in the locations. So the locations is going to be my data frame, and I'll just get the location data, location column, location, just like that. And next we're going to set our location mode, and we'll set this to country names. So remember, we can set our location mode to ISO, to the US location, and then we can also use the country names. So let's go ahead and set our color just for this to act as a filter. So we use color as the location, and let's select a hover name, and we'll just use alcohol as the hover name, and let's set our hover data to be equal to the list or that column for alcohol. Remember, if you want to put more columns, you can pass that. And let's go ahead and check out our projection. And we'll use natural earth. And like that, I'm just going to close this and run it. So we have an error because I have two of these curly braces. I just need one curly brace. So it says hover name is 1. So let's go ahead and see what the problem is. This is actually a list name. So we have our commas, and let's go ahead and run that. So we don't have any problems with that. So what I'm going to do next is to show our figure. So we're going to use a figure to show. And let's just run this, and we can actually see those locations based on the map. Now, what we can also do is to set a scope that will provide, a limit to the information, because right now it's showing the entire world map. So let's add a scope argument, and I'll just get right here, and I'll just say scope, and let's set that scope to Asia, and we'll just run this and show our figure. And we can now see that our scope is limited to Asia only. So let's go ahead and change the scope to, say, Africa. And let's go ahead and show our figure. And we can see our scope is just limited to African countries, and we can actually specify each time we place this over our mouse over, we're going to see which country. So that's how we can limit some of these. Now there are a lot of other scopes we can use. They're all part of the documentation. In our next lesson, we're going to find out how to plot geographical data using JSON files and also GeoJSON files. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next lesson.